Hello everyone, this is Karen and thank you for joining me for this brushes tryout. First, I want to thank Deviantart who offered me so much coffee that I was able to purchase these brushes, which are these. So I've never used a mop brush before and I was really interested in it. Basically the main difference between a mop brush and a round is well, how they're made and basically their purpose, because mop brushes are their main purpose is basically to do washes. So they're able to hold a lot more water compared to a round brush. But one of the things I noticed when I see or saw other artists use them is that compared to the size of the brush, you can get thinner lines with the mop brushes rather than rounds. So I was really interested in like a multi-purpose brush who could hold a lot of water, make me able to do washes, but also make me able to do details. So I was really interested in trying them, and thanks to I was able to purchase them. So one of the things you notice right away if you want to purchase a mop brush is the size. So I don't actually have here my Vinci Casaneo in size 4, or maybe I do. Let me check. Oh yeah, I do. So this is a 4 round, same brand, same line, same everything. This is a size 4. And this is the size 4 in mop size. So when you go to purchase a mop brush, please check the actual dimension of the bristles. So a number 4, I believe it's 1 centimeter in size, but you do need to check the actual sizings, because you will not be sure about the size until if you don't have it in your hand. So maybe you believe a size 4 is actually small, and it's not. This is gigantic. So what I did was purchase myself a size 4. I really wanted a size 3, but it was sold out, so size 4 was the best, because I also purchased another brush, which is a Jackson's brand, and in a smaller size. So this is probably the one that I'm going to use the most, but if I can get used to a bigger size, then I do know that the Casaneo is a very good line, so I'm really looking forward to using it if I can you know, get used to it. So let's open this baby up, and oh, look at it, so fat. Okay, so the Casaneo is supposed to be synthetic fibers and a synthetic squirrel hair. I have no idea about the Jackson's one, but I am very sure that it's synthetic as well. Let me open this up. So what I want to do is, well, first let you take a look at what a size 4 looks like compared to a round, and the bigger brush I have is a size 10 Skoda, which is this one, and you can see that a mop brush is definitely longer and definitely bigger. So what I'm going to do is try to use them a little bit, get a feel of them, and give you some first impressions from someone who has never used them. So I might do this as well for some flat brushes, but I'm not that familiar with flats. I just feel better using rounds, and the mop brushes are a little bit closer to rounds rather than flats. Still, it might be a nice experiment. Alright, so let's go with the smaller one, because I am... No, actually, let's go in with the bigger one. Go big or go home, right? And this is big. Oh my god, alright. So, let's... And I can already tell that this brush is dripping water. It's... it has become like so fat in comparison, and I really like the fact that it is actually not dripping on my hand. I was worried like, oh my god, it's holding too much water, it will drip all over the paper, all over the paint, the desk. But it's not, it's actually not, so I'm really pleased about this. Okay, so let's go in with a color, a random color. Okay, let's pick this one, which is, thank you again Mal for, well, Mal, Miki. I've always called you Mal in the beginning and it kind of stuck. So this is Cyan from Lucas 1862, so I'm going to do a little puddle here and see how can I work with this brush. Oh, I love this color. It is really a lovely color. Okay, the first thing that I do notice and that I like is the fact that this brush is so big that when I pick up the paint it doesn't touch the well, on the rounds you have a metal grid, in this case it's a plastic grid, and it's something I struggle with with my other brushes, because I like to really go in with my brush, so I tend to dirty the bristles close to the grid, and it is kind of bad because I'm not often able to get it out with water, so I mess up with my paints when I mix more than one color. So let's go and try to get the thinnest line. Okay, this is thin. This is awesomely thin. Okay, let's see maneuverability. So let's go fat and then up and then fat and then up. I can fall in love with these brushes. They are really awesome. I'm really liking this shape. Also, the thing is, well, one of the thing, it is a good thing, but it is not for me. I am really used to hold the brush really close to the bristles and to get more control. And so having shorter bristles helps me in this sense. So having such a long brush, it is a bit unsettling for me. It's probably not going to be a problem as long as I practice with these brushes, but yeah, it's something that makes me a little bit uncomfortable. And another thing, this is a bit like, you know, like a pencil. I can just use a side and then slightly flip it and then go ahead. It's something that I often do with pencils, with pens, with like anything. So it is kind of hard for me with rounds because I don't have a lot of paint on them. So if I turn them around, I don't know, it gives a different feeling. It feels like I don't have enough paint. So I'm always like going in for some new paint, and I kind of have to check myself not to do this, and it is something I really like doing. It's I don't know, therapeutic or something. Okay, so let's try to go in and really finish the paint that I have on this brush. And I also like that since I have pure water up here and pigment down here, it gives me a gradient when I do like this. When I do a... Okay, so this is a bit abusive towards the brush, but I'm like doing a gradient without doing anything. But if I want to use just paint, I can just go like this. Very important thing, let's check out this cleans, because it is a problem I often have. No, wait. So I explained before that I do kind of dirty my grid, so I have to like clean my brush for hours before it is truly clean. So here we go. Let's check if this cleans up right away, which by the amount of paint that is going into the water, my guess is that it's clean, hopefully. Okay, there is still paint in here, and I don't really want to go... yeah. This is the problem using small plastic glasses. You kind of mess everything up. But yeah, okay, so finally got it clean, and it is still wet. And if you do have a mop brush, just do this after cleaning them. It's it's very satisfying. I'm sorry, I like to leave my supplies to the fullest, like I have to touch everything. Okay, so pretty pleased with this. I have to say that I'm really looking forward to using it. Let's go in with a smaller one, which is the Jackson one. And oh yeah, also what I have to say about this brush, it feels a lot smoother than the Casaneo round. So I'm comparing the same line just into different shapes, basically. This one is definitely smoother. I have no idea if the formulation for the bristles is different. No idea, I might have to check it out, but so far it does feel like these are smoother. Okay, let's check the Jackson one. And since I already have my puddle, I will not pick another color, but it might have been a good idea to check another one. So this one is not dripping either. Let's do oh, I have no idea if it's a thing that synthetic mops are. They're all very, very soft, like in touch. Okay, so let's go in, and I have to say I'm really liking the smaller handles compared to the size of the brush, because this is a size 4 brush, and you can see that the handle is in the largest part. It is mostly it's mostly equal, but this mop one tapers out, so these are kind of short handle brushes. And alright, so let's, yeah, you can see my voice of me trying to go really really up, and I would have to force myself to stay. No, I cannot force myself, I'm sorry. Okay, so the bristles feel, it feels like holding nothing. This is the first impression. It feels like I'm not doing anything, like I'm not even touching the paper, even though I know I'm touching the paper because I can see lines forming. So with the Casaneo brush you can actually feel the brush touching the paper. With this one it's like it's impossible. I can't. I really cannot feel the brush touching the paper, which is a bit strange, but it's also awesome to see. Let's see if I can get a thinner line with this one. Okay, it is thinner, not by much, so I'm surprised by the actual range of size that you can get with a bigger mop. So while this is more comfortable to bring around because it's smaller, it's more compact, and it still has a lot of versatility, I do believe that going for a bigger mop, maybe it's the best choice, because you can use it as a mop, so for bigger areas and to do washes, but it also has the ability to get like a very fine point, so maybe buying two would be a good idea if you wanted like one for travels and for portability and the other one for bigger projects. But if I wasn't a person who moved around like and needed the smaller size, having tried them both, I would probably go for the bigger size, because I know I can practice myself into using only the bigger size. Right now I have a lot of size 4 round brushes that I no longer use because I'm going towards the size 6 or size 8, mostly size 8. And yeah, so I think that for a beginner it might be easier to start with a smaller size in brushes, but the further down on your journey you go, you will want bigger brushes. So I'm not saying you need to go bigger right away, but yeah, it might be a wise choice to go for the medium, like a size 6. Do not go lower than a 6, or maybe a size 8 is a bit too intimidating, but a size 6 is good. A size 4 is fine, but if you want to do anything bigger than this size of paper, you're going to need a bigger brush for washes, a bigger brush for bigger areas, or you're going to go nuts with your small brush trying to cover big areas of paper. Unless you're kind of a very, very detaily artist, so you need to do like only smaller areas of colors. So if you do something, I don't know, like this, if you color like this, maybe you can like fill bigger pages with a size 4 brush. But if you want to do like a generic sky wash, then you will need something bigger, or a flat. Really, with brushes, the nice thing is that you can use all the brushes for anything, really. They just have you just have to know like their strength, and accept the fact that for a bigger area to do with a smaller brush you're going to curse a lot. But it's not impossible. That's basically the idea I want to give you. Nothing is impossible in art. What changes is the amount of time you spend to get the result you want. Which is basically where practice comes in. So practice makes perfect, and the more practice you put in, the less time you will need to do what you want in the way you want. Yay! Pearl of wiseness here. But yeah, so I am really, really happy about these brushes. So final considerations. Really, really happy about these brushes. I'm going to use these a lot. And hopefully not that much, because I have a lot of round brushes, so I really don't want to like swirl them off and just go with mops. But these are awesome. These are really awesome. So if you have not tried it, if you have not tried them, then it might be a good idea too. If you can find it on sale, then go get one, try one, because you're going to love them. I'm really liking this blue. I need another color though. Okay, let's see how this one cleans. And this one, since it's smaller, it's easier not to like wash everything. And I had a lot of paint left. I have this phobia where I cannot put all my brush inside the water because it's a phobia, and I don't have to have explanation for that. Or yeah, there is an explanation, but it's irrational, so Okay, so this is clean. And another thing that I noticed, I have no idea if it is because they can hold a lot of water in them, but when I put the brush on the paper, it's like the paper is attaching to the bristles and refuse to let go, which is something that has never happened to the rounds I have. So literally no idea if it's something related to how the brush is made, the amount of water it's in, but it is something that I noticed and kind of makes me laugh, because I really don't want to clean up my brush, raise it, and then find toilet paper all over it, which is something that has happened to me before. So this is it. I hope you like this tryout, and if you like this content, subscribe to my channel. I have more videos like this and more to come. As long as there are art supplies out there, I'm going to make first impressions video, because I want to try everything. I'm a greedy person. I want to try everything at least once. Yeah, so this is it. Thank you for being with me, and until next time, bye.